Well, evidently, the controller did not record this video to the phone. I had to pull the card from the drone itself, which does not have audio, and we're going to see how this works out. I'm going to fly over towards the flowers, the Indian paintbrushes, at a low altitude, and it's a little jerky. Uh, it's also quite windy out. So what I'm doing is I'm going to fly across the flowers, or try to. I'd actually do. I've watched this twice. So I'm going to try to keep up. It's about 13 minutes long. I was going to try to attempt to get some fairly decent close-ups of the flowers and fly down the flower area. And I'm going to pause it periodically and just let it roll and try to pick up, if I can, to continue the narration and see about where I am during all of this. So we'll kind of slow down here. I'm looking for a spot actually to pick up on the flowers. I was going to go backwards, but wound up going forward, I believe. But we'll see. All right, now I'm going down. I get down to about three and a half feet. Right about right there. It's about 3 feet off the ground. You can see the flowers appear to be growing in rows. I believe the fine doctor may have cultivated these. I'm not sure. I wanted to be a little bit slower, but right somewhere along this area, I totally lost the drone. I'm doing this from the video on the phone, trying to follow it. When it's down low, it's really hard to see, of course. Not to mention the grass between me and the fence line is about also 3 feet tall, so I lost it. It's just as bad when it's flying because it's small, and I'll lose it in the air also. So I'm just going off of what I'm seeing on the screen. The Indian paintbrushes are really pretty. I'm not getting what I wanted, but you can get a general idea. You can look in the foreground a little bit and see that they are there. I'm trying to be a little slow. That's not working out. I'm having to fight wind also. It's about 18 miles an hour. It's pretty gusty. Drone is staying stable close to the ground, but it is hard to control, especially if I can't actually see it. I'm coming up on a large patch. Can't remember whether I make it to that large patch or not. I don't think I do, because I really couldn't tell with the sun on the phone face. It was kind of hard to see. I go up and over the power line that crosses his property, and come back down on that berm. Right now, I'm just slowly panning around, looking for a good spot, I believe. And let me see what's going to happen here. We're going to back up. We're going towards the tank dam and zipping along there pretty quick. Okay, here I'm not too terribly far from the power line that goes across the property. I went up to about 45 or so feet. I come around on the dam and the pond. And there you can see that power crossing. I'm gonna cross over this, come down on the far side of the dam berm that's right there, and do a low level across the dam berm and back towards the house where I'm standing in the driveway. See how well it handles the weed recognition, and it does. It was beeping and raising Cain with me because of the proximity sensors. All right, let's go down a little bit. Is it about time? No, I'm gonna play with it a little bit more. Sorry for the jerkiness. Not real sure why it was jerky. It just was. I actually thought that I was on this the top of the berm or on this side of it. Evidently, I was not. And on the phone, the beeping of the proximity is just raising Cain. And as you can see, I was right on the deck. I'll go across and reduce power, go down to the ground again. Skim across the grass at about 2.5 feet. It kept wanting to try to land when it gets that close to the ground, so I had to keep it moving or it'll land on me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually sneak up on a couple of plants over close to the fence and hover, try to get some decent shots of that. I'm just coming across the field back towards the house here. And we proceed on. You look real close, you can kind of see me in the driveway there. Have to have real good eyes, of course, to do that. I'm not the most prominent thing in the video. The grass is, of course, because I'm right on it. Coming up on the fence, there's a group of flowers that I'm going to take a picture of. And there I stand. As I get closer to the fence, I believe the proximities really go crazy because I got a little bit close to it. That may have been in the other one I did earlier. We will see here. I'm going to let it set while I get over close so I can actually see it. I can't see the flowers except in the phone that I want to fly around real close, so I'm having to get up close to the fence line. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to move back and forth a little bit. And I'm going to go down. I get down right here, and the phone tells me we're landing. And you'll see it jump back up here shortly. There we go. I had to keep it off the ground. It wanted to land on me. And here we go. We're going to try to sneak up on a couple of single groups of flowers and see what I can do with the best of my ability, what I would call at the moment semi-low-level precision flying. I'm having to stay on top of it. I had to get over to the fence where I could actually watch the drone and keep it from trying to land. These two little groups of flowers here is what my targets are. That's probably about 2 feet away. You can start to see the prop wash blowing on the flowers itself. And I'll lower the camera just a little bit, come over to this one. And you can see the prop wash off of the drone blowing on the flowers. I'm pretty close to it. I'm fixing to turn around and zip across backwards, HROS, that's a high rate of speed, to pick up a group of yellowish thistles that I saw over there. And in the process of doing that, I found a single solitary bluebonnet. I did not know that that was actually there until I viewed the video off of the drone, uh, saw it, and thought I would throw that in. I didn't linger long on it because I did not actually see it in the screen. And let me see, I think we're fixing to take off backwards. Here we go, high rate of speed. Zippity zip, 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 and off we go. I passed over the thistles, and I'm coming up, and here is where, somewhere along in here is where I spot, by quite accident, a single solitary bluebonnet. And I actually accidentally pan over to it with the drone. And there we are. It almost looked like I saw it, but I truthfully did not. It's kind of off to the left there a little bit. And there are the thistles that I was aiming for initially. They're a light yellowish color. There is an ND4, I believe, on the camera. I think an ND8 would probably have been better for color. It is quite bright out, really nice day out. And here we go, we're going. I think we're just about to end all of this. I pushed the home button, and the drone goes to 100 feet. There we go. I just pushed the drone button. She's coming home, and attempt to land. I actually took off from the trash can, and it was going to land on the trash can. I took over. I didn't want to because of the interference of the roof. I've never been able to actually land back on the trash can. It was going to be off about a foot every time, so when I do this, I always take over at about 10 feet and land it right in front of me on the concrete. Can't take off from the concrete, but I can land on it. And this is how the home mode works. It brings you back to right where you took off at, provided you don't take off from a trash can under a metal roof. And here we are. We're just about at the end. And I am also going to add my globe ending here in just a minute. So the world famous globe ending is coming up next.